Lately, we've been hearing on the media that home sales are expected to fall in 2022. Fortune magazine wrote a recent article, Housing Boom Loses Steam, and home sales may drop up to 25% by the summer of this year. Does that also mean that home prices will drop later this year? Let's find out. Before we get started, if you can hit the like button, that would really let us know that besides mortgage rates increasing, the interest in our viewers are also on the rise. So thank you, and we appreciate your help. As a real estate agent that was working full-time as an agent, working day and night in 2008 through 2011 back then, it was one of the most challenging real estate market anyone can ever imagine. Like only 1 out of 11 homes were sold in our county, and as a home seller, if your neighbor's house was just sold for $500,000, as a home seller, you would have to price your home at $480 if you wanted to get your home sold before the market spirals down some more. However, in 2022, things may be a little bit different than 2008. As a home buyer in 2022, I might be thinking, hey, this is some good news. Like, basic economic principles tells me that whenever there's a drop in number of sales, it could potentially mean that there's less demand for that particular item or product, and the prices will eventually have to drop. Alright, so let's take example of the shirt that I'm wearing, right? If it was in a department store and the number of sales of this particular shirt is falling, it could mean that the shirt is either out of season, like what I'm wearing, or it's not trendy anymore, or the customers that are looking at it, it's just not right for them and they don't want that shirt. Sooner or later, that department store will have to drop the price of these shirts so they can get rid of all these shirts that are sitting on the counter or back in their inventory so that new clothes can come in for the upcoming season. Let's take a look at a simple supply and demand graph, right? Anytime the demand for any consumer goods drop or decline, if nothing changes to the amount of supply that's there and it remains constant, the demand decrease for any goods or service, sooner or later, the price will have to follow. Is this what's happening in the real estate market right now? Well, since the beginning of the year, the Feds publicly announced that they plan on raising interest rates several times throughout 2022. And the reason behind this economic reason is that, hey, if you raise interest rate, it will slow down borrowing and spending throughout the whole US, and this in turn will help slow down the 7.9% inflation challenge that we are dealing with in the economy. As a result, mortgage interest rates have gone up close to 1% on a 30-year fixed rate within just the last 90 days. One of the biggest jump in mortgage interest rate within the past decade. For a 30-year fixed interest rate, we personally got quoted 3.375 earlier in January, and that same 30-year interest rate is getting quoted for 4.375 as we're sitting here in April of 2022. However, that's still one of the lowest interest rate in a 30-year span. Like, as a potential home buyer that's looking in a home in King County with a median price of $900, that's about $550 more a month. Realistically, the Fed's increasing the rates and mortgage rates going up will affect the consumer's demand for housing. Essentially, it could decrease the demand for home ownership because now it's costing a little bit more on my payment each month as a home buyer. As a buyer, I might be thinking, with the recent increase in mortgage interest rate, my monthly payment's going to cost a little bit more, and maybe I'll just wait a little bit and see what's going to happen with the market, right? Like, or I just don't want to pay more moving into my new home. Realistically, this may slow down some of the interested buyers that are out in the marketplace, and then less competition for those serious buyers that's looking for a home. And while this statement seems pretty valid that prices may go down, it might not be the case in 2022. While it may hold true that the increase in mortgage interest rate in the first quarter of 2022 will eventually slow down some buyers to purchase their home, the real answer to existing home sales dropping is more due to the supply chain issues that we're having and also ultra low inventory of homes available for home buyers to even find a home to purchase. On a national perspective, home sales are expected to decline from 6 million to 4.5 million in 2022. and mainly due to the fact that inventory of homes available for potential buyers to purchase are at an ultra-time low. King County, for example, last year in January 2021, there were 1,103 standalone homes for sale. In January of 2022, there were only 556 homes available on the market for sale. That's close to 50% less home sales in January when we're looking at year over year. In February of 2021, there were 1,045 standalone homes on the market, and then in February of 2022, there was only 749 homes for sale. Even in King County, our hyper-local market, you can see the correlation why someone would say the numbers of home sales has dropped 25% last month. Here in King County. And that same uncle that talks about the market will drop for the last 8 years, and if you and I would have just bought our home back in 2014, it would have doubled in price or value by now. And that same uncle that reads the headline that home sales are going down and telling you don't buy a home because the market is going to drop like a sack of potatoes and it's going to be like the 2008 repeat. As a home buyer, it's frustrating because you might be hearing these headline news and think to yourself as a home buyer, interest rates are going up and home sales are going down, yet I'm putting an offer for $100,000 more than list price and somehow my offer's not getting accepted. What the heck is going on here? I'm not getting the home. What? How? Here's the reality. There really is a supply chain issue and there's very few homes available for sale, which is really the main reason why home sales are down. Not because home buyers don't want to buy a home, it's just there's nothing for sale. And as a home buyer in this market, we encourage you to just be patient and know that May, June, July, we'll have more homes coming on the market. And as a seller, we'll talk about what are some of your strategy and why the next 45 days will be the best time for you to sell a home. Once again, thank you for viewing this video. If there's any other questions you may have in regards to buying or selling your home in 2022, please feel free to reach out to our team privately. We'd be more than happy to help you and your family with all your housing needs. Have an amazing week, everybody. Stay safe, live well, and take care.